Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. Must be a crazy coinky dink. We have some absolutely breaking news today. Lots to talk about. Well, 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 well. We've got some interesting news. I just want to give everyone a little bit to get in, trickle into the arena. Papa is just getting you now. Hey, Baba. Here you go, boy. Well, 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 well. For the past 2 days, the left has been stating as fact that Charlie Kirk's assassin was MAGA. He was a Trump supporter. Well, 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 well. There's actually a lot to talk about in today's stream. Lots to talk about. There can be no question now. There can be no doubt. There can be no doubt. How's everybody's Saturday going? There can be no more question. There can be no question anymore. I think we can probably just get going here, huh? I've got infinity videos that I could make today, but I do have some family. I'm serious about having kids. Are you offering? Yeah, there's lots to talk about, including the fact that there's just nothing that adds up. I don't think he was working alone, but let's see here. I want to make sure my thumbnail guy. Got to fix this. Got to be careful about who we put on thumbnails. I'm trying not to get sued here. Get going, dude. All right. Well, maybe let's talk about this. Let's do this other story. Because people are, well, I guess we just do it. Should we just jump into the breaking news? I think we just jump into the breaking news. I think that's what we do. Oh, this is not clickbait. People are saying, "Oh, is this clickbait?" No. Cannot abide. All right, here we go. Welcome in everybody, perhaps the biggest break in the story, in Charlie Kirk's story yet. And the whole thing is bonkers. The left has been completely gaslighting, getting viral threads on X saying that, oh, you know, Charlie Kirk's assassin was right wing. Oh, he was this, that, and the other thing. They even got the homepage of X to state that he was MAGA. Well, guess what? This is why the Discord is so important. I was running errands, getting dog food this morning, and I got a message. And it said, "You're never going to believe this." It turns out that MAGA, far-right conservative Tyler was living with a transgender partner. That very same transgender partner was the one that he told to go pick up his rifle. I told you he wasn't working alone, and he wasn't. Tyler Robinson was radicalized by a trans individual. There can be no more denying it. Thank goodness for the Discord, by the way. I know I've tried to I haven't put any ads in anything covering this because it's important. But if you'll allow me a quick shout out, please become a member of the members, join our member section. It's where a lot of these stories break. Just go to thequartering.com/join. If you don't know how to use Discord, I'm uploading a video tutorial on how to do it. Link in the description. Supports the channel, but also you get, obviously first bite of the apple at all this breaking news in our Discord. Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin, Tyler Robinson, lived with a transgender partner. Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin, Tyler Robinson, was living with a transgender partner who was in the process of transitioning from male to female. So he's living with a biological male who was pretending to be female. Tyler Robinson was gay. Law enforcement official has now confirmed this. People say this is nothing new. It absolutely is new. Well, in one way, it's not new at all, because these people have been taking the lives of conservatives for the past 5 years. They've been going into our churches and taking our lives. They've been going into our schools and taking our children's lives. But this completely destroys the left's narrative. This is now the third trans radical in a row. The individual, who is yet to be identified by authorities, is now fully cooperating with the FBI as an investigation into the fatal incident that took Charlie Kirk from us. The relationship was first reported by Fox News' Brooke Singman. Text messages and other communications that the transgender individual traded with Robinson helped the feds nab the accused assassin. I'm telling you, this woman, this biological man, this trans individual, his boyfriend, knew and was also involved in planning it. That is my opinion. You want to know why I've come to that conclusion? Because I said I was right. Ooh, I was so right. I did a video, I think, on my second channel, the Jeremy Hambley channel, but I also tweeted this. The feds put out that he had worked alone, but they wanted us to believe that he worked alone. All the while, they admitted that he had texted his roommate to go pick up the weapon. You would not text somebody to go pick up the weapon you used to assassinate Charlie Kirk if they didn't know you were going to do it and if they didn't approve of it. Imagine you pull off this crime. And on what planet on earth would you text some rando, "Hey, go cover up this horrible crime for me"? You wouldn't do that. You would text somebody who was in on it or knew you were going to do it and supported it. Does anybody disagree with me on that? Federal and state authorities revealed at Friday press conference that a, quote, roommate was cooperating with the investigation, revealed communications from a contact named Tyler that described the bullet casings to those found at the scene. The roommate was his boyfriend. And he knew. It's strange that, it's strange how everybody who saw that initial report, including myself, knew that they were in on it. They knew they were in on it. They probably helped them plan it. They encouraged him to do it. There is no doubt in my mind. Hey, go pick up my rifle, but you're definitely not a part of this planning. Give me a flipping break. Give me a break. Go pick up my rifle. No question about, hey, why is there a rifle? Hey, what's going on? Hey, what's up with this? Hey, I'm going to call the police. That never happened. The police showed up at their house after the dad identified him, and then they showed the Discord messages. And only then. Trying to keep themselves out of prison. Do you know how many transgender Americans have been these mass lunatics over the past 10 years? Asked attendee Hunter Kozak. Too many, Kirk responded. Do you know how many of these people have been in America over the last 10 years? He followed up. Counting or not counting gang violence, the Turning Point USA founder sought to clarify. And that is when he was shot. Matt Walsh commenting, I've independently confirmed that Charlie Kirk's assassin did, in fact, have a trans boyfriend. This is LGBTQ extremism. A lot more will be revealed soon. Quote, the far-right narrative is absolute bull, not even close to true. Don't fall for it. We have almost every major American news outlet reporting this. We know that the individual that did what they did at the Minneapolis church was transgender. We know that the individual that did what they did at the Nashville school was transgender. We know that the individual that was at that theme park was non-binary or transgender. I mean, it has been nearly exclusively from that community. Now, is it just because they're trans? No. They are trans, therefore they have a tough time. They have probably other issues mentally. We know that gender dysphoria is a mental illness that is not up for debate. But we also know that this community, in my opinion, has been specifically targeted over the past 10 years to radicalize. How do I know that? Look at the results. They pick people who are weak-minded, who are confused, who are looking for direction, who are looking for acceptance. It's no different than the way a gang might recruit people. Only this gang is a terror group. These people are being used as tools by organizations like Antifa to carry out attacks. I would not be surprised if Thomas Matthew Crooks was also trans. I don't know if we've ever seen any evidence of that, but I would not be surprised. He had that same phenotype, no chin kind of thing. Big Pharma, SSRIs, almost certainly involved here. Certainly with his boyfriend who was transitioning. Gender transition medications, when combined with mind-melding SSRIs and constant fear-mongering from the mainstream media and people like Hassan Piker and other activists who say that these people want to take your life, if you have to take their life first. There is a blueprint on this. So we know, obviously, that Tyler was at very minimum LGBTQ. We knew he was gay. He was married, dating a man, obviously. What will the left say now? What will the left say now as the left has continued to try and state as fact that Charlie's killer he grew up right wing. He was a right winger. There are thousands of tweets on X right now that have tens of thousands of look what was on the X news page. Charlie Kirk fatally wounded after by fellow conservative. This was on X. This is why channels are so important. This is why personal communication is so important. This is why places like, our Discord, join it. Recording.com/join. Join it right now. People are in there live debunking this stuff, breaking news. You can't trust everything you see on social media. You can't trust anything you see from mainstream media. By the way, Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin, Tyler Robinson, was, quote, deeply indoctrinated with leftist ideology. Wait a minute. I was reliably told by the left wing that he was a right-winger. Here we have Walter Masterson, a white Christian conservative man, took a weapon and took out Charlie Kirk. You know how many likes this says? 4.5 thousand. A complete fabrication. I have so much news today. The Discord is linked in the description, but so is the second channel. Make sure you go subscribe to that. It's Jeremy Hambley, 2 words, on Rumble and YouTube. I was going to take today off, try to relax. Can't. There's so much news, and most of it is important stuff to debunk. This news broke on a Saturday morning when most people are tweeting about college sports. Right? Every top tweet is about college sports. There's a reason it came out on a Saturday morning. There's a reason. People are saying Erica Kirk's open casket video was fake. What the hell is wrong with these people? These people are ghouls. She shared this video because she knows that millions are also mourning for Charlie. I'm going to a vigil for Charlie on Sunday. This is... I've got many more videos, so keep it locked in today. I'm recording this reaction live, so I'm going to upload it to the channel. But I have like 7 other topics to talk about that we're going through. And so make sure you keep it locked in. Get in that Discord. Recording.com/join. Get in there. This is crazy. I'm going to upload that. I'm going to upload that right away. What do you guys think? Are you surprised? Is anybody surprised? I didn't look at the casket video either. I couldn't watch that. I understand why she shared it. And, I just felt a certain kind of way of it. Like, I don't want to see his dead body. Like, well, I already saw it once. But I didn't need to see that for closure. I know he passed away. They've been trying desperately to divert from the left. We are at war. They keep killing us. And that they kill us and then they say, hey guys, let's lower the temperature. Come on, guys. Hashtag not all. And I don't think it's all trans people or all gay people. But it's a whole hell of a lot of them. I see a lot of them celebrating this murder. It's almost like they knew it was going to happen. Isn't that strange how that works? Songs being released on SoundCloud. Yay, he's dead. Guys, we have to fear him. We must fear him. They're trying to kill us. They scream that as they're killing our children. As they're killing our leaders, our spiritual leaders, our political leaders. They try to kill Trump. Guys, the right is dangerous. Yeah, how many people on the right? How many people on the right are killing people right now? How many right-wing assassins have killed prominent LGBTQ or leftist speakers? In case you're wondering, that number is 0. Galrana says, take a day off, my treat. I have a free ticket for you and Mrs. According to the Burial Chamber Haunted House in Nina for opening weekend. Oh, that would be fun. She likes haunted houses. Nina's not that far from me either. I don't think. Isn't that like I don't think that's far away from me. Where's a candlelight on Sunday? I think there's a bunch of them. I'm going to one close to me. I just don't want to say which one for security reasons, you know. But if you look, there's several of them going on. The TPUSA headquarters for my state is also like 10 minutes from my house too. All right. Wait, a right-wing Jew literally crucified a Christian priest earlier this year. I didn't even hear about that. Yeah, if you can, join the Discord today. It's really starting to do some great work. By the way, we started an everyday carry group in there yesterday. I did make the decision to go with chat's recommendation, but there's a lot of good conversations going on in there. There's a church group in there. There's a mom's group in there. Any update on the Ukrainian girl that was murdered? Nope. Sadly, that is no longer in any kind of, there's no, has really been no update to that. I do have a video that I recorded about it, but it's like, how does it, like literally nothing trumps what's going on right now with Charlie. And so I'll probably release them on Sunday. I have videos like from my second channel and my big channel. How do you find out about the vigils? I was looking, but I couldn't find any. There's I think the Republican Party of Wisconsin shared it out on their Facebook. And then I think there's like a TPUSA Wisconsin chapter. We've got a lot more news to talk about. Let's see. I'm just uploading it right now. Then I've got like 6 other videos for you guys. Do not trust the Utah authorities. They are corrupt. Our politicians are rhinos and leftists in disguise. Didn't Charlie Kirk say that guy that basically, the guy that like dominated the microphone time at the press conference, didn't Charlie Kirk hate that guy and say that he needed to be expelled from his position? Am I wrong in remembering that? Am I wrong? Post a list there. I'll try to find a list. Sure, I can do that. Charlie did say what? That recently. Yeah. Yeah. I'm just uploading that video, and then we're gonna rip off like 6 other topics. Just give me. I want to get that up, obviously, because that's breaking news. What do I even want to call the video? Charlie Kirk, Bombshell as assassin. No way this guy was working alone. We saw a video of people celebrate. I agree too. I have a video about that. We're going to talk about that on the stream. Gino, man. Yeah, Spencer Cox was pro-Tranny Republican Grove. Yes, I remember right. Yeah, while I'm uploading this, before we get to the other stuff, if you're in the position to, go to thecourting.com/join right now and get in that Discord. It's doing incredible work. It's breaking stories for me, and it's also doing great stuff for the community. I know Matt just joined, and James just joined, and John. Let me see. Charlie Kirk Bombshell as assassin. Sergeant Sal says, Governor Cox agrees with the left on most things. The only reason he's in power is because of the Mormon church. Well, I bet you that's going to change. Charlie Kirk assassin was not working alone and was LGBTQ. I mean, right? The MSM lied. And we have proof. Perfect. The left's narrative. Okay. There we go. Please join our Discord today. Link here. All right. You see that ridiculous shit that idiot Cash Patel said about seeing him in Valhalla? I know. I was initially pretty rough on him, but the only thing I can think is that maybe that was something personal they have between them, you know? Let's see. Yeah, okay, there we go. There's also ring. I mean, this trans person that he was dating was 100% in on this. In on this. Does anybody in chat disagree with me? Does anybody believe for a second that this troon that he was dating wasn't in on it? I'm not really complaining about Cash's Valhalla comment. I do think it was a little weird that, you know, he took like 20 minutes for a victory lap, kind of made it about himself. And Killer was dating a troon. We've got more information. We've got ring camera ring doorbell footage to go over. Let me get all these stories keyed up. Thank you, Wayne, for joining in the members Discord. I'll be giving shout outs to anyone who joins today. Get in there because we're doing some amazing work in there. We can't read into Cash's comments. Yeah. I was like, is there an idiot saying it was the Jews yet? No, it was a trans person. I mean, it was he was a gay man who was dating a troon. It wasn't a roommate. It was his lover. All right, so I have all these other stories to key up. We got so much to talk about today. And then I have to go bowl. Okay. Let's see. What was this one? Where is this one? Saturday show. He wasn't working alone. Let's see. Oh, wait. Where's this other one? I thought I have... Oh, yeah. Here's this one. This is the other bombshell. Hold on a sec. Doorbell camera. Let's see if I can substantiate. I want to be able to substantiate this. Help me out if you're in the Discord, too. Somebody was in on it. There were more people in on it for sure. I'm going to find this doorbell cam. Yeah, doorbell camera captures police racing to the scene. Where is this? Did Tyrone have an accomplice? Man on phone video after Sparks questions. Sin Watcher says, watch this video. The shooter was right next to Charlie. No, the shooter wasn't. We'll look at it, though. I'll look at it in a minute. People think a security detail was in on it. I need to find the old man. There were other people. I need to find this. Where's the doorbell? I need to see if this was Tyler Burns captured on surveillance was making a phone call just moments before climbing on the roof. We know about that. And where is this? I need to find this ring. Chat, help me out. I saw a guy wearing the same shirt today. Is this the only guy? Because this guy, I don't think Dominic, can Dominic be trusted? He often puts a lot of stuff. Oh, here. Speaking into a doorbell camera about the murder. Yeah, what the hell? Why was he talking to a doorbell camera? Yeah, this is something very... Here, okay, here we go. We have some actual citable sources here. Yep. Okay, so we've got that story. We've got this story. Wait. Let's talk about hold on a second. All right. I'm using the Discord now more than ever. Shout out Ben, who just joined the Discord. Okay. I want to talk about this Office Depot story too, which is wild. Here we go. Where is this? Because they had the post out there. Oh, here we go. 22-year-old Lance Twiggs, according to the Daily Mail. The development comes as Fox, and well, there we go. And there we have it. Golly, how do I even stay up with all this news? We're going to have to talk about that. All right, so let me grab... I want to grab the Office Depot altercation because that one's kind of funny. I'm trying to mix up like the funny versus the sad ones. I have the video of that. Thought I did. There it is. And then their actual tweet. And then I have okay. Not that one. Sorry guys. This news is breaking like real time, so I'm trying to find. Okay. That one's new. Okay. I got my thumbnail guy working the weekend. Hopefully I can give these guys a nice bonus after okay, processing HD. Okay. Let's publish this. How's your weekend going, everybody? Sorry, this is all developing in real time. So when I'm streaming, you know, we get to break stuff real time, but then I always got to put the VODs up, you know, so people who can't watch the stream can actually see what's going on. All right, so there goes that. Every conservative personality needs to automatically increase campus visits, open fields or not. I said last night, very public, I've told TPUSA I'm willing to speak at their next event. I'm willing to go to their next event. I'm willing to go. And Rumble has graciously offered to provide me with personal security and cover the costs. So shout out Rumble. Okay, accomplice. All right. Trans plus shooter equals Truder. Democrats and the far left have assassinated democracy. Yeah. All right, let's go. Let's get to this topic here. The accomplice, which is also a main channel video, and then second channel video. All right, let's get after it. I'm gonna let that accomplice story cook, for a few minutes. All right. Here's another main channel segment. Well, you thought I'd take the day off, but the news is coming fast and furiously, and I think it's being released over the weekend so that people aren't paying attention. So do your part by, if you're watching this live, leaving a like on the video, or if you're watching it later, liking it, sharing the video. The left is literally trying to rewrite history. They have pushed this, lone wolf guy story, which is complete nonsense. We now believe, it is now believed by many, that he had an accomplice, and I believe that accomplice was his trans roommate. I'm sorry, boyfriend. Many people in the media simply kept referring to this individual as his roommate, but we find out now that not only was Tyler LGBTQ, but he was dating a trans individual, and obviously the trans ideology inscribed on the bullets used to take Charlie Kirk's life. We've seen this song and dance before. I learned from this of this story through our members' Discord too. So obviously I've been staying away from ad reads while covering this, but the Discord is just too valuable of a tool, our members' Discord. So, thequartering.com/join, get in there today. News stories are breaking in real time. And we've also got all sorts of other community stuff, everyday carry stuff, everyday, security stuff, church conversations, all sorts of stuff going on there. So please join that community today. It supports the channel, but more importantly, I want to just grow the community. Accomplice for Charlie Kirk assassin Tyler Robinson probed as new footage emerges of suspicious character after the shooting. Now, let me tell you this. Here are some of the things we do know. He made a phone call. He was seen making a phone call right before the assassination. Who was that phone call to? My guess is trans roommate. Then there is suspicious ring doorbell camera footage of him talking about the assassination after the event. Who was he talking to? The FBI is investigating whether assassin Tyler Robinson had an accomplice with him when he fired the shot. Agents are looking into footage showing Robinson talking into a doorbell camera about the murder shortly after he scampered away from the Losi Center at Utah Valley University. Excuse me? Excuse me? Why was he talking into a doorbell camera? Who is he talking to? He was obviously talking to the person who lived there, right? Wasn't he talking to the person that lived there? Who lived there? Why was he talking into the camera, confessing his crime? The footage was turned over to the Bureau by university officials themselves from security camera footage. The Sun reported that the footage shows a man walking by the house speaking into a cell phone about the murder. Okay, so he was on the phone telling somebody, I guarantee you it was his trans boyfriend. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Now, okay, I don't have any evidence of that. But whoever was on that phone was involved in at least the planning. Right? The footage was turned over to the Bureau by university officials themselves from security camera footage. The Sun reported that the footage shows a man walking by the house speaking into his cell phone about the murder. The FBI is not clear whether the man in the video is Robinson or not, and the public statements given by the officials have all said that they believe he acted alone. Again, I ask you, my informed, educated, smart, good-smelling viewers, do you think an assassin would have sent a text message to somebody that said, hey, yo, can you go pick up the gun, if that person didn't know what they were up to? Do you think there is any world where that's the case? Do you think that there's any world where that's the case? Of course his trans boyfriend knew. Of course. I also think he had a spotter. I also think it's awfully convenient, the question that was being asked and the time that the shooting happened. I also think that guy that stood up and was cheering after the event is suspicious. And I have a separate video on him on my second channel, which is called Jeremy Hambley, coming out later today. At least one family member that lives near UVU campus was interviewed as part of the investigation. When contacted by the Daily Mail, the FBI declined to comment. Police have evacuated the area around Tyler Robinson's family's home after receiving, quote, concerning information from the residents. Investigators have not revealed what exactly raised said concern, but said that the information came directly from the front of the residence. A police helicopter is now flying over the neighborhood, and reporters have been told to clear the area. The alleged assassin was named Robinson from Washington, Utah. He is a student in the electrical apprenticeship program at Dixie Technical College in St. George. Why is that what he used his scholarship for? Hey, I mean, I love tech school, but that's not what I expected. The alleged killer confessed to his father, Matt, who owns a construction company. Sources told the Daily Mail he's also a 25-year-old law enforcement veteran, I believe. He reportedly told his father that he would rather take his own life than turn himself in, but was convinced to speak to a local youth minister who also worked with the U.S. Marshal Services. We know about all this. We know about this stuff happening. Now, here's the interesting thing. Tyler Robinson's roommate, who is trans, who is dating Tyler Robinson, who is gay, allegedly tipped off the FBI. Do you think that maybe is that person trying to avoid being convicted? Is that at all possible? Is it at all possible that that person was trying to avoid being arrested? I believe you will never convince me otherwise that his trans roommate, whose trans ideology was scrawled on the bullets that took Charlie Kirk's life, wasn't in on it. He's trying to save his own life, his own butt. I think that's the situation. Was that person there that day? We need to know. A 22-year-old wannabe professional gamer who lived with Charlie Kirk's alleged assassin gave cops incriminating text messages that led to his arrest. Lance Twiggs turned over Tyler Robinson, who lived with him in a 3-bedroom apartment in St. George, Utah, Daily Mail can reveal. Twiggs showed police texts from Robinson about stashing the weapon, linked to Wednesday's incident of the prominent conservative activist at Utah Valley University. His identity was revealed as separate reports emerged from Fox and New York Post, which stated that Robinson was living with a transgender partner who is cooperating with the investigation. Yeah, because he got caught. Obviously. It's unclear if Twiggs is the same person referenced in the reports that he has not been named in the affidavit. His grandfather, Jerry Twiggs, told the Daily Mail that he was unable to comment on rumors that he is trans and that there was a transgender motive to Kirk's murder. Of course there was. It was on the bullets. He was dating a trans man. He was dating a biological man pretending to be a woman. All this broke in my Discord too. So hopefully you'll join. Cindy just joined and Ben just joined too. I'm watching it in real time. It's awesome. The more people we get in there, the better reporting we can do. Thequartering.com/join. I don't want to comment on that. I'm not sure what his situation was. Jerry also confirmed that his grandson had been talking with the police, but had not spoken to him since. After he was with police, he's been at the house. There's no way for us to contact him other than going over there. Where's this boy's parents? Isn't that funny? Probably from a broken home. Probably from a broken home. Authorities are yet to confirm a motive, but Utah Governor Spencer Cox told the Wall Street Journal that Robinson was deeply indoctrinated with leftist ideology. South Utah native Twig studied at Utah Tech University, according to his Facebook page. Robinson, 22, was also taking electrician training at a nearby tech school. And like Robinson, he was also an avid gamer, posting video game videos on TikTok with the account bio, becoming TikTok pros one terrible video at a time. He posted himself as social media playing popular games, including Apex Legends, Valorant, and Rocket League. I believe one of the references on one of the bullets was a reference to Helldivers. If I'm wrong about that, please correct me. But I think the like up, down, left, right thing was like reference to the sequence of key presses you need in the video game. Obviously, I'm not blaming video games. Again, Charlie Kirk suspect Tyler Robinson possibly had an accomplice, as law enforcement has reportedly discovered footage which allegedly shows. Now, maybe he's just telling his trans boyfriend after the fact. Maybe it was the old man acting as a decoy. Maybe it was the man standing up and, creating a distraction. Who is he on the phone with? I absolutely, positively, 100% believe the roommate knew what he was doing. And at the very minimum, could have stopped this senseless murder and chose not to. Wherever you're watching this video, please make sure you subscribe. Make sure you follow. Make sure you turn notifications on. Make sure you get involved in the Discord community. It's time to step up what I do and what we all do. I need to get better at reporting. I need to get better going to church, getting involved in my communities, and I need to pick up a small part of the torch that Charlie left behind. And I hope, that we get there. Maybe this individual who turned Charlie Kirk wanted that money for his gender transition surgery. Who knows? We're going to stay on this story until we have the entire story. We'll talk to you again real soon. All right. That was that story. That's for the main. And then we got this Office Depot story, which is hilarious. I want to pull that up. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in on a Saturday. I'm trying not to miss any of your super chats. They go a really long way to supporting the channel. It's a big reason I stream on Fridays alone to help make up money. I pay for all my co-hosts and things like that. The number one way you can support the show is by joining the members area. Thequartering.com/join. It goes so much further because that money goes directly to our team. Plus, you get access to the Discord and members-only videos and stuff like that. Or you could join Rumble Premium using my code too. That works too. Their own are turning them in. Yeah, I actually had a video. I have a video for today that was like his friends turned him in, but that's getting trumped by the revelation that he big gay. I'm just going to export that clip to that segment. Sweet Oleander says, check what Shabazz says posted on Threads. He's very popular on all platforms, compared Kirk to Bin Laden. He's going to celebrate when Trump is dead and has doubled down. Well, I'm not surprised. and I hope that he is ostracized. I think that the thousands of people who are being fired, there's going to be a reckoning. You know? There's going to be a reckoning. Let's talk. What other one did I have for the JH channel? Something doesn't add up. Oh yeah, that one. Let's get that one going. Let's get these other stories too about people getting fired. I love it. And then the Office, that's part of the Office Depot story. What's the other one I was going to put on? Oh yeah, this guy. This guy here. This guy. Blah, blah, blah. Does he ever get to the point? No, I don't. I don't, actually. Haven't gotten to the point yet. I forgot to take all my vitamins today, too. So let's do that. I've been that busy. You get all the money from Rumble Rants. I know YouTube takes a cut of super chats. Kind of. The deal I have with Rumble is it still supports the channel. The stuff that goes directly to me is the Rumble Premium memberships and or the website Discord stuff. And technically YouTube super chats. Agent 6, very cool. Thank you. I sent an email about joining Discord. I've emailed you a few times. I joined Rumble with your code. Please email me again right now, and I need your Discord username, and I can add you to it. He knew. Why would he stand up? That's what I think too. We're gonna talk about him. Thanks for keeping us all informed and get some Coffee Brand coffee. Well, yeah, that would be incredible if you want to try some coffee. The link is in the description. It's all on Amazon, free next day. Have you seen Dark Viper's video? No. What does that piece of shit have to say? Australian cuckold. He wants me silenced personally. Oh, he made a video. Yeah. Ha. I am on the list.
Enough. Jeremy, aka The Quartering, recently lied to his audience.
Yep, I'm gonna say, yep, yes. Everyone go upvote this. I do want political violence. Stopped. I appreciate how you're making this about you and suspect you'll be deleting my comment because you're a coward. How long till he deletes this? Everyone go upvote this comment. There. If you sort by newest, here's a link to his video. There you go. He wants me silenced permanently. I'm on the list. Did I? Did I? Did I? Fuck this guy. I hope he does get banned. There you go, Dark Viper. Suck my cock. It's a different Jeremy, boys. Doesn't he know that I'm in my dark Jeremy era now? Doesn't he know that I'm pro deplatforming people who want political violence? $5 says he deletes that comment. If everyone goes and upvotes it, he's going to delete it. Taste of Revolution. Hold on a second. This is my brother-in-law. What's up? I'm streaming. Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I would, but I'm streaming. All right, see you, bye. Car show. Cannot make the car show. Is my comment the top comment yet? Go to the video and just sort by the newest, and then
I've had enough.
And then vote it up. Let's see. Oh yeah, there it is, 88. Let's see how long it stays up. I'll have to edit this about you though. I keep voting that up. Ha ha ha. Oh, he's gonna be so pissed. Oh, I can upvote it. Yeah, keep it going. It's at 108. It's got to get up to like 500. Now he's like, they're coming after me. I think it's rich. I'll just link the video. I think it's rich that the left is pretending to be scared. They're the ones killing us. On YouTube, Brooklyn says, for 10, thank you. How often has the media claimed that conservatives, quote, dog whistle to the far right? And yet look at the silence over Hassan Piker not whistling, but explicitly shouting to delete conservatives. I agree. $5 says it's deleted. I still see it. Is it gone for you guys? D says, hope you're good, Jeremy. You've been a voice on my TV, phone, and headphones, but you get me through work days. Be safe, man. Started watching around Infinity because of the Brie Larson shit. How did we get here? Yeah, I don't know, dude. I wish I could go back to being mad about that. Al just says, put the cross on the flagpole, the cross upside down. You need help. If it's right side up, help them. Bear the flag and cross at rallies. Wildman says there has to be a recourse for leftist institution pushing malicious propaganda. Predit CNN and Wikipedia. It's obvious they're deadly to society. Farrell says every conservative personality needs to dramatically increase campus visits. I got that one. I thought I missed don't trust Utah authorities. Oh yeah, I think I got all those. I gotta go get the yeah.
I've had enough.
Yeah, I love this. Hold on a second. He wants me I gotta tweet about this, and then we're gonna get on to the other news. I just hate this guy so much. Let's see. Violent leftist celebrates Charlie Kirk's death. I call him a piece of shit for it. And now he's making a whole video pretending to be afraid. Why would leftists be afraid? What's his name? Dark Viper. You guys can't stop killing us and our children. We're afraid. Yeah. You guys can't stop killing us and our children. And all the time still pretend to be victims. Wait. Violent leftist celebrates Charlie Kirk death. I call him a POS for it. I'll just say, I can just see that. That's shorter, so it all fits. There we go. Enjoy the attention, Dark Viper. Dark Jeremy, it's a different era. I'm not putting up with this shit.
Jeremy,
I'm not putting up with this. Uh-oh. Almost a top comment. Oh, he's replying to everyone else, though. He's not replying to me. Oh. Yeah, here we go. The Cordinger's correct. We stand with him. Oh, this isn't going how you liked. This isn't going how you had hoped, Dark Viper. I feel real bad for you. All right, let's get back to work. I just love how they're like, oh, like Hassan Piker doing his media tour. I'm just so afraid. Bitch, you told people to rip Republicans' guts out. I don't care that he made the video, but I'm just going to make fun of him for it. Jeremy, Amazon is selling bloodstained t-shirts that match the one that Charlie was wearing. Great. Let's see. Where were we at? Oh, we were at the Office Depot and then this story. Okay. Different channel. Slightly different face. Look at that. Okay. The post is gone, yeah. I'm gonna hand over my username to you, Jeremy. Dark side. All right. All right, let's get going. How's everybody's weekend going, by the way? Are you getting a moment, are you getting a moment to like chill out? Are you getting a moment to yourself? Viper's watching your stream. That's way too fast to delete the comment. I wouldn't be surprised. This is a guy that constantly says heinous shit. And then he's like, why are people mad at me? He's just another dork leftist, by the way. Some fucktard in Australia who's like, oh, I care about American politics. I play Grand Theft Auto for a living. My opinion's relevant. He is not relevant. And it's not worth concerning your time with people like him. If he uses political violence in his live streams or videos, then I hope he gets deplatformed. If he doesn't, and if he just has shitty opinions, I have no problem with him existing on, being platformed. I mean, you know what I mean? People are allowed to have shitty opinions, 100%. If you're calling for violence or you're implying a call for violence, then I hope you get deplatformed. That's new Jeremy's position. What's the best medicine you could recommend for getting rid of a cough from your experience? Well, I think it kind of depends on why you're coughing. If it's mucus, I would try like Mucinex or some natural remedy like that. Sometimes coughs from acid reflux too. So it depends. Lemon and honey work good too. Like a tea. Dark Viper, but people called me out for being a piece of shit. Stop being so mean to me. All right. Let's get after it. The accomplice one. Oh, yeah, this one. In what is probably one of my favorite F around and find out moments last night. Look, I used to never be pro cancel culture. I am now pro cancel culture. And you know what? Rolling Stone told me that cancel culture is actually good for democracy. They wrote that article. So if anybody on the left is whining about people on the right, using cancel culture, just let them know that, yeah, we are. The Rolling Stone said that cancel culture is good for democracy, and I agree. Hundreds of people have been fired from their jobs for being obvious, political garbage humans. It's not even just like the politics of it. It's just that they're garbage humans and they're getting fired for it. And I just don't care because I believe, and take this screenshot from my X account. Why cancel culture is good for democracy. By the way, my name's Jeremy Hambley. You're on the Jeremy Hambley channel. If you know me from any other channel, you're probably not subscribed here. So make sure you subscribe down below or follow whatever. If you're on Rumble, subscribe if you're on YouTube. I don't care that these people are getting fired from their jobs. And let me tell you why. There are only two paths to bring society back from the brink. There are only two paths from society to bring society back from where we are right now. And the first one of them is very bad. One of them is one that I don't want. One of them is a world of retaliation and more bloodshed and more attacks. I don't want that. I cannot say that. Can I be any more clear? I don't want that. I don't want any more bloodshed. I don't want any retaliation. I just want it to stop. Okay? That is one way that society will correct. The other way, which is the way that I do want, is for society to reject these violent radicals who represent about 0.5% of the population, but they populate some of the largest platforms, like Hassan Piker, like Dark Viper AU. I don't want anything bad to happen to these people. I just want society to reject them. I want society to stand up and say, you know what? If you're celebrating a Christian's death, I don't want to employ you. You know what? If you're celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, I don't want to shop at your ice cream store. I don't want to shop at your clothing store. That is how you actually fix this. People talk about how do you fix the abortion problem? The fact that, so many young Americans are using abortion as a form of birth control. It's not by making it illegal. I don't support that. It's by bringing back public shame. It's by bringing back a society, a culture of people that say, you're gross and I don't want to be your friend if you're wearing a I've had 7 abortions t-shirt. You know what? I don't want you working for my restaurant either. I don't want your kid playing with my kid. I don't want you on my bowling league. I don't want you in my knitting circle. That's how you actually fix this. Society needs to reject these people. And that starts with them getting fired. That starts with them being removed from things. Now, here's a video last night of an obese leftist. And basically, everyone here at Office Depot agreed with this. So I think that they should be more people. But here's somebody refusing to print a Charlie Kirk vigil poster, not a Charlie Kirk for president, and they call it political propaganda.
So we came in for an order earlier to print a poster for a vigil tonight.
Yes,
for somebody that passed. It's not
We don't print propaganda, the large black woman with an afro said.
It's propaganda. I'm sorry. We don't put that here.
It's not propaganda.
So, what's your name?
Pharaoh, I'm print supervisor.
I'm one of the managers.
I'm one of the managers.
So, unfortunately, we
So
do not
they
print-
Buy a shirt that fits. They just call everybody a manager now.
say they don't print.
This woman behind there with the space buns too,
political
this other
propaganda.
chick,
So this is somebody that passed away a couple years ago.
That's
from a
political
bullet.
propaganda, unfortunately. I'm
So
sorry.
this is
it's not political propaganda. This is a leftist who hated Charlie Kirk and abused their position of power to not print a poster I'm sure she would have printed all the, Obama hope posters you wanted. I'm sure they print plenty of Antifa. All they wanted was a poster that said Charlie Kirk, the legendary Charlie Kirk, 1993 to 2025. It didn't say, politics. And people forget, Charlie Kirk was a prominent figure, not just in politics, but for Christians. I'm going to church this Sunday for the first time ever, probably voluntarily. And I bet you they will talk about Charlie Kirk. By the way, if you haven't yet, please go to thequartering.com/join and join the members Discord. We have lots of support groups in there and helpful stuff like that. Just say Melissa just joined, Cindy joined just before that. Get in that members Discord. A lot of news breaking there. This is where this story broke last night for me in the Discord. I don't have to troll Twitter. It's all in one spot. So, of course, Office Depot got brutally, within hours, Office Depot responded. Minutes, practically. We are deeply concerned by the incident that occurred at our store 3382 in Portage, Michigan. The behavior displayed by our associate is completely unacceptable and insensitive, and it violates our company policies. We sincerely apologize to the customer affected and to our community for this regrettable situation. Upon learning of the incident, we immediately reach out to the customer to address their concerns and to seek to fulfill their order to their satisfaction. We also launched an immediate internal review, and as a result, the associate involved was fired. That happened within minutes. That happened in minutes. You need to be removed from, you need to be like a leper colony, a leper, That's what needs to happen to these people. I'm not saying they need to go to jail. I'm not saying they need to have anything happen to them. I'm just saying society needs to point at them and say, get out. We don't accept your sick political views. If you're cheering, let's say, God forbid, something like, somebody takes revenge on a leftist. I disavow that. And anybody in my audience celebrating it is gross. And I don't think that that's okay either. For some reason, people on the right, on the left cannot say that, will not say that. Okay? They refuse to say that. The firestorm over this, it was #1 trending in the world within minutes of uploading it. By the way, people saying we want the other employees fired too. I mean, I don't know if they were involved in not printing it, but they were that person was fired. That's how society is supposed to work. Guess what? I'm pro cancel culture. Teachers, firefighters, and other workers celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. Now they're looking for new jobs. Good. This is society fixing the issue. This is like in Office Space fixing the glitch. We stand up and say, yeah, we don't think that this is okay. We don't think this is okay. We don't want you at our stores. We don't want you around. We just don't. Several people have been fired, including MSNBC's Matthew Dode and others suspended from their work over comments on social media posts related to Kirk, who lost his life on Wednesday. Meanwhile, the Trump administration's State Department warned that it will vet visa seekers and visa holders' social media posts praising, rationalizing, or making light of Kirk's death. I'm fine with it. I'm 110% fine with it. A number of far-right influencers and politicians, including President Donald Trump, have blamed the incident on leftists. Criticisms of Kirk and the conservative movement more broadly have been called for a crackdown on the left. Seems like it would be a good thing. Seems like it would be a good thing to stop, keeping these people among us. And again, I'm not saying physically anything. I'm saying you're not invited to the parties anymore. I don't invite you out to dinner anymore. You spend your Saturdays and Fridays and Saturdays alone on Reddit. That's what you do. This is a reckoning. This is society standing up and saying, yeah, we're not cool with this anymore. We're not cool with this. We don't want you around us. We don't want you at our dinners. We don't want to have drinks with you. We don't want to play board games with you. And the left needs to do this, right? All those moderate Democrats, and there are far more of them than radical leftists. You have these dorks in your game night. You have these dorks in your Magic the Gathering groups or your movie groups. They're no longer welcome. You need to tell them, I don't think that I want to hang around with somebody who celebrates the death of another person for just about any cause. That is the only way you fix this without a civil war, which I don't want. Of course, they ended up going to FedEx, and FedEx printed it, apparently. I don't really know how this was worded. They said that FedEx apologized and printed the poster for free, but it's from Office Depot, Office Max. So I don't know why he said FedEx there. The peaceful way to course correct is by making these people social outcasts. That's the way. You have someone around you being indoctrinated, you try to save them, and then you cut them out of your life. Because the alternative is far, far worse. Hope that fat blob has a good resume. I have another story coming up here too. Do. By the way, if you're a regular Rumble user, one of the best ways to support too, if you hate Rumble ads, is Rumble Premium. There's actually a link in the description down below. Promo code FREEQUARTERING to get a free month. So if you want to get rid of ads and you want to support the channel, I normally stream Monday through Friday at 1 Eastern. So I'm sorry, is that right? 1 Eastern? No, 2 Eastern. Monday through Thursday at 2 Eastern. I have co-hosts. It's not just me, but every Monday through Thursday at 2 Eastern and then Fridays at 1 Eastern. But if you want to get Rumble Premium, now's a great time. There's a link in my description too. You probably noticed Rumble's growing fast and it's not slowing down. They're building a real alternative to big tech that puts creators first and actually protects free speech. And now there's Rumble Premium, an easy way to upgrade your experience. With Premium, you get ad-free viewing across the platform, no pre-roll edits, no interruption, just the content you came for. Plus, Premium members unlock exclusive content like bonus videos, behind-the-scenes video drops, and more content from your favorite creators. Right now, Rumble is offering $10 off an annual subscription. Just go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code STUDIO at checkout. That's rumble.com/premium. There's a link right below my video too. And promo code, free quartering too. No ads, more freedom, and content you actually care about. That's the deal. Let's see here. By the way, how many of you joined the Discord today? Once you sign up as a member, you can connect your Discord in the back end. Christian just joined. Thank you, Christian, and Melissa and Cindy and Ben have all joined on this live stream. It's just at thequartering.com/join. It's the #1 way to support the channel and also to get the latest breaking news. All these stories broke inside that Discord before I ever made a video. Brooke already joined. Yeah, I know you're in there, lurking. These tards don't understand that their social media and videos are their resumes. Right. Doobie doobie doo. You still have ads? You shouldn't. Red Muskrat, you're too nice. I'm over it. I'm not a conservative, but I love Kirk. I want the death penalty. You have no idea how much it bothers me to say that. Oh, I want the death penalty too. I actually want it to be done publicly. Is that too radical? If you're watching on stream or on Rumble or YouTube, make sure you subscribe or follow too. Because I want to see you guys. 15,000 on a weekend for an unscheduled stream is incredible on Rumble. Almost 2,000 on YouTube. I want to see you guys back Monday for our regular streams too. Ruby Reed says, "Hello, I thank you for your coverage. I like Dark. I like Dark Jeremy. I'm sick of these evil people getting away with it. I am radicalized. Shout out, dude. I am too." Shout out these nuts and Miku Huntu. Appreciate you guys on YouTube. I can't watch Melanie. Sorry, Jeremy. Fine, then watch Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's okay. Some people like Melanie, some people don't. Some people like Luke, some people don't. You have days you can watch when they're not on. Jeremy, did you see Peggy Bolton's video on TMZ lying? Cancel TMZ. I did see that. I did a video on it. Of course TMZ lied. A regular Saturday Rumble stream would be an awesome thing in my world. I know, but I can't. I would do it if I could take Fridays off. Like if I could take Fridays off, and then do Saturday stream, I would do that. But I have to have a day off to get chores done. And look at today, we've already been streaming for an hour and a half. I spent, a half hour, 45 minutes before stream getting ready, finding articles, finding stories. Now, by the time I get done uploading all the segments, everything, it'll be 2, 3 o'clock. And then I got to eat dinner and then bowling. So, my wife would probably, she would not abide by a regular Saturday stream unless I took Fridays off. Watch a Dark Viper vid. Why? I'm not interested. A lot of people have said hey, this leftist or that leftist. I may make a video dunking on them or laughing at them, but I want to focus on, there's 20,000 people watching right now. I'd rather get them to go to church on Sunday or get them to get involved in, local politics than watch a 20-minute video from some fucking loser pretending to be the victim after he spit on Charlie Kirk's grave and said that he deserved it, which he did do. If I can turn 20,000 people on a Saturday into, awakened warriors, that's far better than already pointing out somebody who's an artard is an artard, You guys already know he's an idiot. Hire out the chores to a cost analysis. You make more yapping than scrapping. True, but my wife, it's not the same. If I just have some dude here doing the chores, my wife will say I'm not, I gotta still be engaged in the marriage. I gotta do my part. I gotta spend time with her too. Let's see. Let's see here. I had this other thing. Okay, here. This other story. Discord message. Breaking news. We have breaking news. Oh, just a friend request. Okay. I definitely will not stream Sunday. And I say that as who knows if there's some crazy breaking story, but you got to take off some time. No Packer game Sunday. That does help. Mr. Andrews says, my wife isn't a believer. and we're going to attend Catholic church and both convert. She was totally radicalized with this and feels the pull of the Lord. Hey, praise God. Amen. Good. That's awesome. I'm not going to like a hardcore church. I'm going to like a gateway church. You know, that's basically, kind of like a, I don't think it's going to be like a hardcore fire and brimstone, but I also don't think that this will be my forever church. I think I'll have to try a couple different churches, Yeah, I'm just going to a non-denominational for now. That way I don't have to it's less pressure, it's less, and it's still good, What's up, Omega Doom? Right. We've got this guy. Something doesn't add up. Didn't I publish this? Oh, I didn't. Can't do a standing church. Too many captured. Well, just do whatever you want. You don't have to go to church. I'm not here to say, I'm just saying, hey, maybe instead of going to church, join a community group, that works in the community and helps people. If you're not a church person, I'm not that guy. I'm not going to be like, everybody has to go to church kind of thing. I'll leave that to Melanie to get you. All right. Something is not adding up. Now, I can't say specifically with this one individual, it's anything about him. But we've already seen multiple reports that the FBI is looking at possible accomplices. Now, this is just a day after they confidently stated he acted alone and no one bought it. Now, some people say maybe the acted alone thing was simply a distraction so they could kind of move in on the rest of the people to lull them to sleep. Maybe that's true. But I never believed him for a second that he acted alone. Now we know that he was dating a biological man who was trans. He was deeply involved in trans ideology. He was dating a trans person. He had trans messaging on the bullets. We know now it was very politically motivated. We know he made a phone call right before the assassination. Many believe perhaps he had a spotter in the crowd, which is entirely possible. But we also had this individual who was cheering moments after Charlie was hit. This guy. Now, he has spoken out to say, I want to pull up the initial, let me find the initial video here. Pray for Charlie Kirk. He just, well, I don't want to play this. Let me get past that part. Let me take that off screen quick. Let's see here. Okay, that's gone now. Let's look at here. Here, watch this guy. Right? Here he is right here looking back at where the shot came from. So is he. And then he goes, he's looking up at Charlie. Okay. There you go. Now, he was chanting USA, and someone else even did too. Now, if you go back, he could be telling the truth. Okay. Remember when Donald Trump was struck? When Donald Trump was struck, right? And he stood up and immediately started, the crowd started chanting, I believe USA. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I can't remember, but I believe when he stood up, I know he did the fight thing. And I think when DJT was hit, they were also chanting USA. So I don't want to put everything on this guy. I don't think I would want to be standing up when there's like an active assassin, firing downrange. And also, people started chanting when Donald Trump stood back up. This guy's 5 feet from it and saw Charlie's neck explode. There was no going to be standing up. As I said at the time, I didn't want to believe it, but I absolutely knew he was DOA. There was no way. You saw them hit the lights out button. Like, he was done immediately. It went probably through his spine or neck. Brainstem, something like that. He was just done. And people said, like, what had happened with President Trump, the crowd also shot at USA. The difference is Trump walked off. Charlie was just obliterated. I don't know. So now he puts this out. People don't believe him. I don't know, because again, maybe he was like, hey, this is what we did for Trump. I want to create a distraction. I mean, he was at the rally. We do know that there were people, it was reported that people were cheering for that he had died, or they were cheering like, end Charlie Kirk or something like that. There were people cheering something like that at that event. It's possible he had no idea how bad it was. I don't know. Here's what he says. This is very clearly him now.
The event opened with music, people throwing hats, and loud exchanges from different parts of the crowd. Some shouted offensive remarks directed at the LGBT community, while others made disparaging comments about the Prophet of Islam. There were also cheers, boos, and offensive hand gestures, mockery. The atmosphere carried an energy of confrontation more than dialogue. The first debater tried to persuade Charlie to adopt Mormonism, but the exchange drifted into a disjointed back and forth of opinions. The audience eventually booed him off the platform. Another speaker raised the idea of restricting gun rights for transgender individuals. Citing Donald Trump as an influence, he began to reference statistics and posed a question. Charlie's response turned to the subject of gang violence as a part of the mass shooting statistics.
Right.
At that point, I did not see what happened directly. My head was lowered while I listened. When I heard a sharp crack, at first I thought it might have been fireworks or a disruptive prank, so I looked up to the horizon for smoke. When none appeared, I realized it must have been a firearm. My friend reacted in horror, saying Charlie had been struck. His voice and description told me how serious it was. Based on his reaction, I believed Charlie had been gravely injured. I instinctively checked the security team's movement, though I have no affiliation with them. Realizing the situation was dangerous, I stood and shouted USA, not as a provocation, but to project strength, encourage others, and create a distraction that might help calm panic or even save lives. At that moment, no one knew whether this was a lone shooter or something coordinated. My friend was devastated. He admitted he admired Charlie deeply. I only knew Charlie through minimal content, but would never wish to celebrate harm to anyone. Because of my background as a soldier, I was able to stay calm under stress, focus on protecting and comforting my
so he's a veteran.
friend. Afterward, I called my wife to let her know I was safe. Once traffic eased, we left.
There are a lot of people not believing it. Yes, it was very clearly reading a written statement. I would argue that it's at least plausible. I think people, I understand in this video that people seem like, hey, he was celebrating. I don't know. I don't know necessarily. I mean, the reading the script thing is not odd. That's probably something like, hey, I want to get this right. People think I'm involved in this. He did not really seem to be a fan of Charlie Kirk, right? He was there extremely early, which is odd. I hear them shouting, crucify. Is it The Christians can only be saved upon his death. I'm not a Christ, doesn't make me Christ. He said losing Charlie Kirk is heavy and we're still mourning. I don't know necessarily that this guy was like a big fan of Charlie Kirk, but he has, certainly not really been active on X. I don't think that him reading this because, makes him more suspicious. I would have to read it. I would have to. And again, if we look at after Trump was hit, the crowd did chant USA. What was his MOS? I don't know. I think it's fair to still be very suspicious of this man, and I think he's worth being investigated. And if he really did nothing, then he'll have no problem with the investigation. I don't know. I think he's Mormon, right? He's probably Mormon because he says something in the prophet, right? Didn't he talk about the prophet? I think he's probably Mormon. I don't know. There's a lot that doesn't make sense. The hand signals, that was his security team. I hope that, why not just research him? That's fine. There's a lot of weird theories. I think the bigger question here is who was the shooter on the phone with moments before, and who was he on the phone with afterwards? And to me, the bigger person worth looking at here is the roommate. The roommate, I think, is certainly knew about the incident. You will not convince me otherwise. His trans roommate, who he was dating, definitely knew about the incident. There's no denying that. The old man creating a distraction. Where was that? The old man thing, like, wasn't that old man? Didn't he also call in a threat to, like, I don't know if I saved it. By the way, I have this bookmark because they're making fun of Twitch, not because I like whores. There was something where it was like, there's 1 in like 2 billion chance that the old man was the old man, plus also called in. Do you guys remember that? Hold on. Like this old man, Charlie Kirk, there's a lot going on there. This guy. There's something like he also called in other threats or something like that. George Zinn was arrested at the Charlie Kirk shooting. He appears to have a long history of being in the wrong place at the right time. Odds are 1 in 2 billion.
Now, all you conspiracy theorists out there, I don't want you going crazy, but what are the odds that George Zinn, the patsy that was arrested at the Charlie Kirk assassination, also saw 9/11, he saw the planes fly into the buildings and called that in and reported it, and then he also called in a fake terrorist attack at the Boston Marathon bombing, and just so happened to get arrested at Charlie Kirk's event?
If that is true, yowza. I've seen these, like, people online say that. Here he is talking about, memories of 9/11.
Just on September
This is
10th,
him.
2001, and
is he a lunatic? Did he really not see 9/11? Is he just doing it for clout? We need to have that 911 call.
very, very close to it because they were still cleaning the place up, and it was still a recovery effort. And so what I did, and I left a little note on, I drew an American flag. They had a wall around there where people could.
I mean, isn't that odd?
Grok is a guy really involved in all three events like this post claims? And Grok fact checks it and goes, based on a review of multiple sources, George Zinn was a witness to the 9/11 attacks, and he described seeing planes hit the towers. He was also arrested in 2013 for emailing a bomb threat joke to the Salt Lake City Marathon shortly after the Boston bombing. He pled guilty to a terrorism charge and somehow magically only received probation. He was also detained and questioned as a person of interest at the Charlie Kirk assassination on September 10th, 2025, but released without charges relating to the shooting.
I mean,
conspiracy.
That is certainly incredibly... That is incredibly odd. I guess I'll just leave that one at that. Now, I've got a couple more videos to do today, but I've got some chores to do around the house. I want to make sure I got all the super chats. By the way, I probably will be live tomorrow, but please really do consider joining the channel as a member. Go to thequartering.com/join today. You could join the chat room where we're all in there. I'm going to work on a tutorial video how to do that in case people need help how to do that. But we could definitely use your support. And, it's definitely been hard to get that community growing, but we're reaching a point now where we're getting enough people in there. Pink Lady just joined too. So like we've got 5 or 6 new people. Hopefully we can get 50 or 100 to join today. And, we can really create an army of people who are digging into these stories. Ken JMG gifted 5 Rumble Premium users. Thank you so much. The Cider says, I'm actually planning on visiting several churches in my area to find one for my family and myself. That's kind of what we're going to do. I remember the Dancing Israelis to you from Epic Danger. I do. Is there a link for a premium renewal? My annual subscription is almost up. If you use a link in the description, it should work. I hope. And I guess if we get any more big stories, I will publish them either to my second channel or my main channel. So make sure you go and subscribe to Jeremy's Space Hambly, either on Rumble on YouTube and obviously the Quartering on both. And we'll probably be live streaming a little bit tomorrow, I'm guessing, working on stories because it's just impossible to stay ahead of all this. I appreciate you guys all hanging out with me for a little bit here on a Sunday. Remember, I'm live Monday through Thursday at 2 Eastern. Wherever you're watching me now, that's where I'm live. And then on Fridays at 1 Eastern. So I hope to see a lot of you back. Make sure you follow the channel. If you're new, first-time viewer today, because this happens to be a Saturday, I really want to see you back on Monday at 2 Eastern. Or you can watch later if you're at work. You can watch the show later. And we'll probably see you later. Go join.